Rolling.
Welcome to the 24/7 live stream.
Evil spirits come out of this man.
I think BuzzFeed is the worst news outlet in the world.
Hi there, I'm Aria, and from August 20th to August 27th, I streamed my life non-stop for 7 days, and it was simultaneously one of the most fulfilling and destructive weeks of my life.
As far as broadcasting goes, it's just like TV on the internet, and I think what it needs is to have something that's made for the medium.
This will replace television as we know it now.
In real life streaming is a growing phenomenon where people live stream their everyday activities to the world. To begin my week, I met up with one of the most popular IRL streamers today, Asian Andy. What's the most money you've made in a single stream?
It's a 72-hour stream, like nonstop. We made like $28,000.
Andy's donating all of his earnings to Mom.
IRL's pretty cool. I feel like people have been watching like TV and it just doesn't feel as genuine or real. So they just kind of want something that feels like more part of their life.
We're about ready to go live.
Good luck.
I'd like you to do the honors of
Press the live button. All right, right here. Press it once.
The stream's live. I don't know if anyone can see us. There are people chatting. All right, hold on.
Watching, bro. You're hitting the big numbers.
It's fascinating to think about how far technology and entertainment has evolved. I mean, I was just wearing this light LiveU streaming kit with unlimited IRL data on my back, and it's crazy to think how this tiny little box at the heart of it could transmit such high quality footage in real time to viewers all around the world just to watch me. It actually makes me a little worried.
Why?
Just worried. I don't know what I might say or do. I feel like now I'm constantly being monitored. What are the challenges with IRL streaming?
It's like emotionally exhausting.
How many viewers you got?
123.
Get your work cut out for you.
Yeah, I know.
IRL should be like the easiest job. You just like live your life and like you get paid money for it. But like there's so much more to it.
You want me to ride?
You do for content? Constantly feel pressure to entertain people. It's gonna be really stressful, but yeah.
So for 7 days, I need to find a way to entertain people.
Yeah.
121 watching.
Always feeling like getting watched sometimes kind of sucks too.
Yeah, it says don't say where you're eating, you'll get tons of calls.
Cover it again?
Oh, they know.
They know? They know where we are. Hi there. Do they actually know where we are?
Can't really have like alone time.
Dude, good luck this week.
I'm actually a fairly private person, so I already knew that one of my biggest challenges was going to be having no privacy for an entire week. The viewership is much higher than I thought it would be. When I was live, I basically didn't stop talking. Because with people watching, I always felt like I had to be on for them. I feel like I'm like completely lost in the world of IRL right now. Oh, I'll try to get you guys the prime spot. Yes, Ariane, you're gonna watch me sleep. I'm in bed. If I can sleep knowing that people watching me. What? Okay, yes, we're gonna head into the office. Hey, Rachel. The next day was the first time I brought the LiveU kit into the office, and people at work were definitely intrigued by it. Good morning, everyone.
People are actually really commenting a lot.
Yeah, very nice.
I just wanted a little attention. It seemed like a lot of people were getting attention over here.
This is so crazy.
Yeah.
Why am I so drawn into it? I don't even know.
I think there's something very addictive about the nature of IRL and its ephemeral quality. I mean, why do we post things on social media? We post pictures on Instagram because we want to get those likes, we want to get those comments, we want that affirmation. And with IRL, you get that in real time.
I don't know how you get any work done this whole week.
That afternoon, I brought in brother Carlos, an exorcist I had previously worked with.
I like blueberries.
Blueberries?
Oh yeah, I eat blueberries all day long.
Brother Carlos has experience in live streaming himself, so I thought I'd pick his brain to see if there were any way he could help me.
I have already ministered for 12 hours, just to let you know.
You've done a 12-hour ministry
before?
non-stop. How can you physically do that without killing your voice?
It's supernatural, so I feel like God is blessing me so I can continue on without having to take any breaks.
You know, you have God on your side, and I'm wondering, can you bless me in any way for this week?
Father, I ask right now that you bless Aria. Grant him energy so he can handle all his tasks and be a success in what he is doing this week.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. And of course, to keep viewers entertained, I brought in a couple of ghost hunters I know.
I just eat blueberries all day long.
To join him in some live stream exorcisms.
Surface now, devils, in Jesus' mighty name. Come up to the surface. Come up to the surface right now. Come out in Jesus' name.
Every time, gets me every time.
I'm commanding you, pelvic bones, hip bones, adjust.
And once again, just seeing that live chat fly as viewers are entertained, it just gives this unique rush.
He's God's creation, God's child. You take your nasty dirty hands off of him.
But throughout all of this though, there was one name that viewers just kept bringing up. It seemed every 5 minutes, someone was telling me to go meet Ice Poseidon. Go see Ice, so they keep wanting me to go see a big streamer tomorrow. His name's Ice Poseidon. Visit Ice. I don't think I'm gonna visit Ice today. I'm gonna visit Ice Poseidon tomorrow though.
Are you actually gonna visit him?
But some of you might be wondering, who the hell is Ice Poseidon?
Trouble on the tarmac as an American Airlines flight is grounded for a bomb threat.
An online personality, somebody who streams video online, says it was a bomb threat and it was a prank. He says he was the target.
So someone pretended to be you, called in and said, I have a bomb.
Yeah.
Paul Denino, otherwise known as Ice Poseidon, is arguably one of the most successful IRL streamers in the world. A lightning rod of controversy known for pushing the boundaries of IRL, Paul single-handedly built the CX Network, a channel of IRL streamers for his community of followers known as the Purple Army. And at the behest of many, many viewers, on Wednesday afternoon, my friends Alex, Isidro, and I set out to meet him.
If you guys are just tuning in, we're going to see Ice right now. We got some KFC for him.
The only slight issue was that while we had his address, he had no idea we were coming. How confident are you guys that you actually we're going to meet him? But once again, thanks to the power of IRL.
Oh, the chat is flowing in.
The chat managed to find a way to let him know we were headed over. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Phineas. I believe is this the correct one?
This is it.
Everyone? And shortly after,
Okay.
we were face to face. Thank you for having us over.
It doesn't really look like I have a choice, right?
My chat with Paul was unlike any interview I'd ever done. Normally, an interviewee tends to filter themselves on camera, but not him.
I think BuzzFeed makes a lot of videos where they talk out of their ass. It's like social justice warrior, but like on another level.
He will self-admittedly say and do things to get a reaction out of people on and off stream. So in many ways, Paul is the physical embodiment of online trolling culture, and because of that, his streams and many other IRL streams tend to attract viewers from that realm.
So a troll, from somebody who doesn't know anything about the troll, it's gonna look really bad.
For sure.
Like people, if I talk about Donald Trump, an outsider might be like, oh, you're a Trump supporter. But like, in all reality, I don't give a shit about politics. I just talk about Trump to trigger people, because it's funny.
It's a culture that definitely stands in stark contrast to the values and ideology of a company like BuzzFeed and its audience. So this encounter was like a strange meeting between two polar ends of the internet landscape.
I don't care what the outsiders think about me. As long as my community isn't actually serious in a lot of the shit they say and it's all just trolls, I'm okay with it. Now, there are some people on Reddit or whatever that I can tell are like actually fucking racist or actually saying some hateful shit. I'll ban those people.
IRL is rooted in a side of the internet we don't typically dive into. And so that's why it was important for me to get that experience. Because while it would be easy for us to label all IRL viewers as just online trolls, there's something more to it. You know, beneath all that trolling, there must be a genuine reason why they keep tuning in, right?
My developer put your channel on the CX network.
Before I left, Paul decided to put me on the CX network, meaning that his community would have regular access to my stream.
Now you really get to experience what it's like to be a streamer. Streaming with a couple hundred viewers is fun. Streaming with a couple thousand viewers is stressful.
So as the week was already beginning to wear away at me, I was now faced with the added pressure of having to cater to an audience of hundreds, if not thousands, more than I ever thought I would. The next morning, I woke up to almost 300 viewers tuned in just to watch me sleep. And the anxiety of feeling a need to be performative in front of all these viewers really began to get to me. I wanted to bring in someone who has experience being in the public eye. So, as one does, I brought in Lucy Hale, talented actress and singer known for her role in Pretty Little Liars as Aria.
It makes me a little nervous when things are live.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
When you're out and you know people might be watching you, do you ever feel like you have to be on in a certain way?
I am aware that there are more eyes on me, but I try to not let it affect me, if that makes sense. I'm always just trying to be like authentically myself. And like sometimes maybe I'm like charming and funny, but I'm not all the time. Like,
well, I think you're a delight.
I think you're a delight. You know what?
Aria and Aria.
We can agree on that, Aria and Aria.
But for as much as Lucy and I were getting along,
I love love the buble. I really do.
The thing in the back of my mind was content. Content. It's a message that IRL streamers will often receive when viewers want to see something new or fun. And so I thought if they want content, I'll give them and my coworkers some content.
That's all about
How do you think
the
we're doing? I
content.
think we're doing really well.
I think we've really nailed it. Wait,
left,
did you
but
pay these people to come get in our line for the live stream?
I think everyone's just excited to see me here.
Yeah, obviously.
How'd you like the lemonade stand?
It was great. Teenage Key was standing over Lucy Hale.
This has been a really interesting day. I honestly didn't know what we were doing, and you pleasantly surprised me.
But even after Lucy left, I felt this pressure to keep entertaining all these viewers. So I just kept that content coming. This is a 7-Eleven mukbang. I paid $22 for this.
So you paid $22 too much.
I need $5 if you put on an eyeliner and leave it on.
Hold it.
Content?
Oh Jesus, you went excessive. I was hooked because I was beginning to build very real relationships with my viewers and wanted them to keep watching.
Stop watching your own stream.
Is there like some people that are just keeping watching?
There's other people been here that have been here since day one. And looking back, I didn't realize just how much of a toll it was starting to take on me.
Here, I'll move this way from you. Wow. See what you're doing to people?
I know, I'm sorry. We were having dinner at a Thai restaurant when we saw that 1,000 people were just watching us eat.
Wait, when I last saw you, I saw it was only 50 people. You look like exhausted.
And it's then that I finally realized just how crazy this experience was becoming.
Hey man, I think your brother's on the phone.
No, I'm so sorry. We're streaming right now, so someone's calling. If anyone else calls, please ignore them.
It's the middle of my challenge, and I'm definitely exhausted. And I'm kind of getting definitely burnt out.
But little did I know what was still to come.
Another day, another stream.
I had a meeting Friday morning, so I gave the stream to Julissa for an hour. And unfortunately, with my channel now bringing in all kinds of viewers, that's when the full brunt of IRL's toxicity came to the surface.
Okay.
They say nasty shit. Yeah, they're rude as hell.
They're mad rude.
I don't care.
You see, while I had been able to keep the trolls at bay, unfortunately, with me now out of the picture, the trolls saw an opportunity and took it. And while these weren't my regular viewers, and there were other viewers saying positive things, I have to acknowledge that is truly the dark side of IRL.
I'm over this. When is he done?
That's the one thing I think you should be scared of. If like the chat is getting a little bit, trolly and like potentially toxic, that could reflect on you, and your coworkers might be like, damn, this is the kind of thing that you've created and manifested.
Oh my God, Aria. These, first of all, these people are the worst people I've ever been in contact with.
Who are your followers?
For me, it was more that I chose to sign up to be exposed to all this, but my coworkers didn't. And I remember feeling just so guilty.
This is a lot to do for 7 days, Aria.
And by that point, I think it was apparent to everyone around me, including my manager, that the week was hitting me hard.
Next week, if you want to take like a day off or something, just say like catch up. I know this has been like really tiring, so I want you to be able to feel rested too.
I really appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Hello. ASMR. They like that kind of stuff.
They love that shit.
I don't get it.
This is Alex. Alex is Nando. Alex Weiss, a YouTuber, came along with us that afternoon, and I was completely out of it.
I feel like you really have to put a lot of energy into live streaming. Like, look at you. You're all like cracked out right now.
We decided to go to Petco to pick up a hamster to surprise one of our coworkers, and I was just zoned out.
She looks like Aria, like really tired.
But then, of course, there was more drama because the coworker wasn't at the office. And then we were pulled aside because for some reason, we used the company card to buy the hamster.
Need help, Jess?
I was just so stressed out. I was running on fumes, and now we had to go all the way back to Petco during rush hour to return and repurchase the hamster. Not to mention that I also felt terrible for the hamster for having to go through all this.
Guys, Aria is actually pretty stressed about this.
And even though it was all okay in the end, I was just physically and mentally wiped out.
Aria, serious question. Do you regret making this video?
And I still had 3 days to go. After sleeping in for most of Saturday, that night, Nando wanted to go out. And I thought, since I'd relaxed a bit, sure, I'll go. And that was just a terrible decision. Because mentally and physically, I was still just not in the right place to be socializing.
Why is Aria ignoring us?
And at this point, the live stream was definitely affecting my relationships with my friends and coworkers, not wanting to be on stream or not wanting me to stream. That's terrifying.
No!
Look away.
And so I was caught in a very uncomfortable situation between my friends and my viewers. What would you rather do?
I just want you to not look at your phone.
And I wasn't going to turn off the stream with just a couple of days left to go. And I just kept thinking to myself, why did I come out? I'm out right now for contact. If I wasn't streaming, I'd probably be sleeping right now. I mean, there's only so many times I could deal with getting called out for having the stream with me. Like, you hate the stream. I get it.
You doing all right? You're almost done.
I was just so drained. And it was obvious. My brother, who was watching the stream, even called me to tell me I should go home. Yeah, I'm gonna head home in a bit. I even got some text from Asian Andy, who had also been watching. And while my friends were still joking around and thinking it was the viewers making me feel off, that wasn't the case.
Look me in the eyes. What is going on right now in your heart? No, look me in the eyes. Stop looking at this. Look me in the eyes. Are you sad?
I'm fine.
Okay. The answer.
I'm not good at vocalizing my feelings because I never want to feel like I'm a burden on other people. And so I could have been a lot clearer. But I just felt like my friends, my coworkers, they just didn't get what I was going through.
So annoying.
I'm sorry. They feel bad for you?
But the chat did. Because these people saw more of me that week than anyone else did, so they could tell how uncomfortable of a situation I was in.
She's not gonna take care about Aria.
I really began to realize just how much of an effect these digital strangers could have on me. And while I wasn't ultimately worried about my friends because I knew we'd be okay once the stream was done, I was still left asking myself, did I really want to say goodbye to my viewers?
Alright, I'm up everyone.
The next day, after getting some much needed rest, to gain some fresh perspective, I met up with sweet Erin, a female IRL streamer.
What attracted me to this whole thing is the Wild West aspect of live streaming. It's literally like an uncultivated land where anything can happen, and the uncertainty of it is what makes it simultaneously thrilling as well as shocking. Doing my streams forced me to confront parts of myself that I didn't want to. It's like virtual therapy where you have a mirror up to yourself and you have to either change, grow up, or run away from who you are. And you bring people along the journey with you who will either love you or hate you, but it's worth it in the end when you really impact people's lives in a positive, happy way and you give people hope that they too can accept themselves more. To me, that's what it is. It's a real authentic expression of human life.
I think it'd be ignorant to say if IRL is good or bad. It's, much like the rest of the internet, nebulous and blurry. You can see the very worst of the internet.
If I'm showing where the fuck I am on live stream, then it's completely fine to swat a fucking plane. You're delusional.
But there's also potential for so much good.
Hey Joe, got a donation for you. Here you go.
Who are you? Who are you? Cho? You know me?
Thank you card for your streams because of your help that you've done through my life.
Oh wow, thank you. I think it's a real cure for people who have social problems, like depression or like anxiety.
Because I have like the same kind of condition as you, kind of.
Autism?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being there watching me because I don't have real life friends. When you guys talk with me, I feel happy.
That final night, my viewers convinced me to turn on text-to-speech, a feature used by IRL streamers where people can donate money along with a message to be played aloud. I remember bracing myself for a lot of inappropriate messages. But I wasn't ready for some of the ones I actually got.
Your stream was the best thing out of my week, Aria. Thank you for putting your life on pause for this video. Thanks for being you, Aria. Heart. You actually are what more streamers should be like. You're awesome. Thanks. Don't forget us. I get the feeling you are going to move on from streaming and go back to your previous routines. That last donation was right. We are a family now. Don't abandon us. Hope you realize we are more than just content for an article or video. Hope you can see us as a friend.
I was surprised by how bittersweet the last day was. I don't think my coworkers understood it. They just saw it as really for me, for them.
It's last day at 4:30.
Oh my god, Jesus. We can have our Aria back.
Yeah. But I don't think they understood how hard it would be for me because this was a really unique experience you had to live to get.
No, Pasta Theory, your heart shouldn't break. Yeah, I'll miss you too.
Most streamers don't do a non-stop week-long stream, but because I did, my viewers saw every side of me in a way I don't think most people truly have.
I wonder if when it's over, you're gonna get a sense of like loneliness.
You know, you're a natural streamer, you know that?
Are you gonna continue it?
Find a way to do both stream and job. Will you be streaming going forward? Are you gonna keep streaming after today?
People kept asking me if I'd still stream every now and then.
We're heading into the final stretch, guys.
And if they'd asked me that a week prior, my answer would have been easy.
It's been a road. And this goodbye is actually harder than I thought it'd be. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for this experience. Thank you for watching.
But if he'd ask me now if I'd ever go back into the crazy world of IRL,
will I live stream again?